Hi, welcome to Retro Machines. My name is Victor Bart and I probably sound a bit weird because I'm sick at home with a flu and I just want to see if I will get this video done without falling in bed for the next day. This video is sponsored by PCBWay. If you want your circuit board design realized and printed, you should check out PCBWay. Starting prices as low as $5 for a 1 or 2 layer design with worldwide shipping. Place your order now, links in the description. Yeah, let's get started with this machine. In a previous video we took down this server, and this is a DB mail server, but this is also a DB mail server. They are in the same cases but have a different motherboard. That one had a workstation motherboard and this one had, I think, a server motherboard, but I didn't check it before making this video. I checked it before when I cut them in. So let's open this machine, take out the motherboard, see what we have, test it out and see if we're gonna keep it or not. So here on the front it says DB mail. And we have some LEDs here and rack handles. It's a 2U case, and this has a door with a 5¼ inch for CD-ROM and a floppy drive 3.5, some switches. And also this machine doesn't have any optical or floppy drives installed, and that was necessary back in the days to install stuff on it, because network booting was not that highly advanced back in the days. And this door has even dust filters in it that are pretty clean, and we have 4 swappable hard drives, but I think these are really locked. So yeah, I can't get them out, but if I look into them, there are no drives inside. So here on the rear we have a power supply. We have a network card from 3Com, always nice to find. No other expansion cards, I think. These are brackets. And here we have a layout that is a server motherboard layout. We have PS2, USB, a network port here, 2 COM ports, a parallel port and VGA on board with the right back plate. So that's always nice to find. So let's see how we open this case. I think all the screws are still in it. Oh, the first thing I see, the motherboard has SCSI on board. Awesome. And some other cool things. The motherboard is an ASUS cur-dls, so dual LAN SCSI. It has 64-bit PCI slots. It has no HCP. It has SCSI. That's a pretty nice board. But if I look to the CPU coolers, they are the smaller CPU coolers. So in terms of CPUs, this is probably not the fastest. And the memory sticks are a big score. 512 megabyte dual stacked, 133 MHz ECC. That's a cool set. It's always awesome to find such good memory sets. And 1 GB memory on a dual Pentium 3 platform is really a sweet spot. The screws are really super tight in this chassis. So I'm not sure who built this, but he used way too much force to put it all together. Okay, we have a 3Com 3C905CTXM. Not the B version that I prefer because the drivers works in every OS. But it's a really good card. Always nice to find them. And 100 Mbit. And probably on board there's also 100 Mbit. I really like this 2U server case. It has 4 8cm Sunon fans here. They are super high quality, so probably they don't need to be replaced. So good airflow, good Emax power supplies, a lot of room for full-size motherboards. That was really a thing with Pentium 3 era motherboards. So roomy, SCSI cables to the backplane. It has a SCSI backplane in the front. So yeah, really awesome case. And probably I gonna do a build in one of the cases, or maybe two of the cases, with some Pentium 3 servers. Maybe even with this motherboard. But for now we just gonna take it out, because if I want to do a build, I want to start fresh with a cleaned case. Not that it is dirty or something, but just to start it from scratch with my own ideas. If we take a closer look on the motherboard, we see we have two different CPU coolers, but they are not like the high-end Pentium 3 coolers. So I'm guessing this is a dual Pentium 3 733 or something like that. And we have a ServerWorks chipset, that's always good to have. So probably 4 GB memory support, but I didn't check that. An LSE SCSI chip with two SCSI channels, so probably dual channel. Here 2 IDE, floppy, 4 SD-RAM banks. All the caps looks fine. We have 5 normal PCI slots and 2 PCI 6433 MHz slots. So these are not 66 MHz slots, because the small part is on this side. And when it's a 66 MHz slot, the small part on this side. And here we have a super I/O chip, probably to manage all the IRQs. And here we have something that looks like an HP slot. It also fits an HP card, but it is not an HP slot because it sticks out way too much. It says here it's an ASMC slot. Never heard of it. And ASUS always had some weird slots here for their own server line or something like that. So yeah, they use an HTTP slot, but this motherboard doesn't have HTTP, and this is probably not usable for anything. But with 7 PCI slots, with 2 that are 33 MHz 64-bit, it's just a nice configuration. And I hope the LSE chip is also on a 64 MHz bus. And for the rest, this motherboard doesn't have anything super special. It's not too big, it just has everything you need to have for a Pentium 3 server motherboard. And here are even headers for extra USB ports. And the nice thing about this motherboard is, if you put a Voodoo 5 PCI in it, you make a killer workstation configuration. So the lack of an HCP slot is not a too big deal if you want to use a Voodoo 5. Then this is still a really awesome Pentium 3 motherboard, because you have enough PCI slots to use a Sound Blaster Live, and then you have everything you need with the network on board. And let's see. Oh yeah, here we have an Intel network chip, so Intel 100 Mbit. Oh, and here an AT-Rate XL video chip, so probably 4 MB VGA on board. More than enough for server things. So let's test out this motherboard, and I hope it still works. There are no LEDs on the motherboard. And there's also no description which pin is the power button. But let me guess. No. 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 Yes! Both fans are spinning without strange noises. And with the server motherboard, the post always takes some time. Okay, this takes a bit too long in my opinion. Let's remove the memory and just put one stick in this bank. That sounds better. Oh, Pentium 3 800Es. So that's good, 512 detected. So not too bad CPUs. The SCSI chip is now scanning. Okay, boot disk failure. The motherboard battery is still okay because the date is correct. So no need to change that. Yeah, and this is just working motherboard. So let's turn it off, put the other memory back. And maybe reseating was enough, or it was in the wrong banks. Because the tabs here were open, so maybe someone took out the memory. And those are 512 megabyte stick, so yeah, I could see why you would take out the memory if you have other systems to upgrade or something. 1 gigabyte memory detected. Awesome, we have a great ASUS Pentium 3 server motherboard, and we have a nice case with a power supply and a network card. And for the rest there was nothing in this machine. And I think I'm gonna crash into bed because this making this video wore me completely out again. So yeah, I need some more rest. So in the description you find my link to Patreon and so you can join my Discord server and my donation links and all the rest. So see you later, bye. I'm gonna die in bed or crash or something. Bye, doei, tot ziens.